still doing that show?
Yep.
Really? Because I had heard, and I thought justifiably so, that this thing was long gone. I mean, I liked it for a minute. You've heard the expression hot minute? It was more of a lukewarm minute.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
I can't hear you. I could hear Tracy. I heard Tracy. I heard. Yeah, no, still no Bob. But I heard Tracy and I heard Mr. Gaffigan. And I heard the countdown music. So now Bob, the Marcel Marceau of the show, is trying to figure out how come we just can't hear him? And we're also late today. We're 6 minutes late. And I don't have it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday either. Wonder if you play that, if I can hear that. Nope. Just Tracy and Gaffigan and the countdown music.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Yeah, Bob's here, boys and girls.
But yeah, in terms of, I can't play any sound effects. Oh wait, maybe I can. No, I can't. I would have to unplug my. Oh wait a minute.
This is always fun when Bob gets all wrangled up in the wires.
This might do it. Hold on.
Okay.
Yay! Okay.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
All right, so
There
we got some of the tech back. That's good. We were a little rusty, boys and girls, because it's been a hot minute since we've done this thing. I had to scare away some spiders and sweep off some cobwebs just to get to my seat today.
You know, what is a cob? Oh, I froze. I froze there for a minute.
Oh,
I think
did you?
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I was
what is
gonna
a
ask
cob? What is a cob, and do they spin?
Spinning these webs all over the place.
How many legs do they have? Are they an arachnid, basically?
And I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. We'd have to reach out to the entomology people.
Well, wait a minute. Hold it. That's what goes in salads. So when we have a cob salad, we're eating the creature that spins cobwebs.
It spins cobwebs.
That's gross, man. No more Cobb salad
And
for me.
I'm also doing the show right now from Cobb County.
Whoa. All right.
And it's thundering out there. So here's the thing.
And we're cobbling this together after some technical snafus.
That's a snafu, which, do you know what that stands for?
Yeah.
System normal. All.
Afu.
Yeah. Afu. So this hopefully will be the last time I'm doing the show on a scaled down.
The last time you're doing the show, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry we didn't come in with the applause earlier.
on a technologically scaled down version. I'm still working off of the laptop here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so where are we in that journey?
So
how long has it been really since we had a show? Has it been 3 weeks? It's got to be, right? I feel like this is the.
No, we've missed 3 out of 4.
But not in a row.
Not in a row. I think we missed one, did one, and missed 2. And this would be like.
Okay.
So we missed one, did one, 2 weeks off. Last week I was at a wedding. The week before you had to go to a surprise party, I think.
Yes.
So we were both doing social activities. Our presence was required.
We're men about town, Rob. I mean, you hit a certain age and people just want you. They just want you to be at the thing.
And it's the opposite for me. I hit a certain age and I don't want to be wanted at all. I'm very happy to just do my thing at the house and talk to the neighbors and watch the little kids play.
You talk to the neighbors? Wow.
One neighbor. I have one neighbor that I talk to.
I see. Lady next door.
Vicky lives next door and she's awesome. That's all I need. The one right next door. Hey, your garage is open. That kind of stuff. Here's a package from Amazon left on your porch instead of mine. Perfect neighbor relationship. Love the woman to death. She's awesome.
Right.
And her new fella, I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school here. Her new fella's name's Ricky. So I do get a kick out of the fact that they're Vicky and Ricky.
Oh, and when he's left, did you ever say, hey? Don't lose that number.
Oh, I didn't even think to go there. Yeah, no.
Really?
I didn't even think to go there. Anyway, one neighbor. But so I was at a wedding last. So first, let's go in back and. Well, anyway, no. You asked a question. I'm talking to Steven tomorrow. We're going to work through system by system element and build me a computer, and then I will buy it. Okay. I sent him the spec sheet on what I was looking at, and he came back with a few modifications.
For example, not an
Intel processor. He has a different processor he wants me to use.
An AMD?
Yes. He's big on
that.
What's
his problem?
I'm his dad. So
why is he trying to sabotage your success?
So there's that, and then graphics card and this, because he thought the one I had found, he said we can get it a little cheaper, still have the same quality, blah blah. Anyway, we're going to step through it tomorrow.
And which card was that?
That he does want. I need you to send me the name of that software, because I have the driver and the installation for it on the computer that doesn't work, so I couldn't remember.
Oh, NVIDIA Broadcast?
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to write that down.
You write that down.
Because he wants to know, so he can look at the specs on that and so forth. Anyway, that's where that journey is, and that's been 3 or 4 weeks, I think, since my computer went to the great beyond.
Yeah.
Although I've got a guy at work because I'm concerned.
Oh, he froze, ladies and gentlemen.
The data.
He froze. Okay. Oh, he froze again.
Two freezes.
Two freezes. A double
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure, Mr. Freeze.
So now I forgot where I was, but it was.
Who knows? I think that was a dimensional shift.
Anyway, the computer thing will happen tomorrow. Then hopefully, I know what I was going to tell you. I've got a guy at work who has, how you can, they have those little machines, gizmos, whatever, where you put 2 drives in and one will copy to the other quickly.
Yeah.
So he's going to use that, and I was concerned though, because the one drive that has all my data on my old computer, it might be a little funky. It might not work. And he said, we'll try all the tricks, even putting it in the freezer. And I had never heard of this. Have you?
No.
So what happens on the drives that are actually spinning, not solid state drives, your 7200 read and writers, he says sometimes the heat will make the disk just expand just a little, and then it could cause little problems. You put it in the freezer, shrinks down the metals, and he says you can usually get one last round out of them before. He's had that happen before. And that's I thought that was kind of cool.
Something in my computer today clunked several times.
It made an actual audio sound.
Clunk.
I shouldn't laugh.
It's been making noise for a while, and I've been looking for the source of, like, is there a fan? What's going on? I'm checking the graphics card. It doesn't seem to be that, but there's no obvious fan or anything that is doing this. So I thought, well, maybe it's just the cooling system. If it's a liquid cooling system and it's like there's an air pressure problem, it'll just make this certain sound, which I've heard before, and fix. But this was like something fell into a fan and it happened like 5 times. And this is, while I'm working on the computer, on this computer that I'm on right now. I look at my hair is doing the Hermie wants to be a dentist.
Oh, that Hermie.
Because I was doing
I'll see you at Thursday morning, 8 o'clock sharp.
I was playing VR, so I had a little bit of VR head, and then Tracy handed me the brush right before we went on, and I tried to do it without looking what I'm doing. So now I look like
she
Hermie,
does your hair and makeup.
Who wants to be a dentist.
Not only is she the lovely and talented
booth
announcer, but she's also hair and makeup for Bob. She's multitasker when it comes to the show.
That's correct.
In fact, one of the women who gets her hair and makeup done all the time at work with me, her name is Mallory, not Valerie. Mallory. She's a wonderful lady, and she is in the new Marvel movie, Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. What is a thunderbolt?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. But it's. Did you see Black Widow? Okay. Did you watch the Kentucky Derby today? I'm just having fun.
Was that today?
Yeah, and I was going to watch it and I didn't. I totally forgot it, but I wrote it on my notes. Because they cover the damn thing from like 2 o'clock. And the race is at 7, and it takes like 90 seconds.
Why do they do this? Why do they have 5 hours?
Oh, they just, because they sold it,
But what do they talk about?
No kidding. No kidding. After you do like the little bit of history and then you give the odds of the horse that's 15 or 18 or however many horses are running, I guess they do all kinds of background biography, the trainer, the owner, I don't know. I don't watch it. I know people who throw parties, though, for it. They have derby parties.
And they're mint juleps.
Yeah, have you ever had one of those? They suck. I think it's way overrated. I think that's all just...
I don't think I've had a mint julep. What's the one that I used to make? What? Wow, this is how long it's been since
iced tea.
No, not that one. The one with mint, that we would crush mint in the yard. And it's a common one that we bought a mix for. Not margaritas, but wow, I can't believe I'm so far away from this. Like you mash up the sugar and the mint at the bottom, and then you pour in.
I know what you're talking about with the
rum.
It's like muddled. You probably
right. But what's the drink?
I don't know.
I can't believe this.
And I tended bar for years.
No, both of us. This is shame on us.
No, that's actually kind of fun.
I guess,
good.
But how can I forget the name of this thing?
It's not a Cuba Libre. It's not that. That's a rum and Coke.
No, that's a rum and Coke. It's mojitos.
We'll think of it.
Mojito.
Oh. Bravo. That's right, mojitos. And
we had all that mint that we grew, and we would do that fresh, and yeah, that was a pain in the butt. It was so much easier just to get the mojito mix and mix it with whatever. But
I dated a girl, remember Jess? I dated this girl named Jess, and we were into chocolate mint. They actually, some botanist, and it did taste chocolatey and mint, the herb. In the garden, grew it. My sister Kimberly turned me on. Very cool, a chocolate mint.
Yeah, I believe I have had that experience in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was good stuff. Anyway, today was the Derby. Not that anyone cares. I'm sure people.
I got a horse right here. His name is Paul Revere.
Yes.
Etc. Having a very good day.
Can do. Yeah, what's that from? Guys and Dolls. That's from Guys and Dolls.
Yes, we figured that out for a while.
So last weekend, you and I talked about this in the green room, but last weekend I attended a very swanky wedding. That's how come we couldn't do the lounge. And I will say it was gorgeous. It was awesome. But wow, the things that I would never think of to do if I ever planned a wedding.
For example?
So after the ceremony, which was on the grounds, they had like this really nice chapel-y area, and it was outside. It was gorgeous weather. I mean, it was just perfect. And then you kind of mingle about where the waterfalls are. They got the whole shtick. Beautiful. And then there's just music playing while people have cocktails for about an hour before we go into the dining hall for dinner. And most of the music was instrumental, like karaoke style, because they had a sax player live who would play with the music.
Gotcha. Okay.
The DJ's playing tracks, and the sax player is playing with the tracks. And I would have never thought. And then, of course, he's got to be mic'd up, the sax, because then it's pumped out through the PA throughout the whole venue. Just little things. They had people bust in and bust out. They had like limo buses that were coming in and out of the area. And it's like a compound. It isn't just a building. It's out in the country, and there's several different buildings, and there's waterfalls, and it's a whole thing. It's beautiful.
Rough number of attendees?
200, maybe. I tried to count the tables, and then I figured, okay, 8 people per table, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to throw out a rough number.
You're doing multiplication at a wedding?
Yeah, it was between courses.
I see.
Darcy's here, and she says hi to you.
Hey, Darcy. I'm glad you're here. We haven't been here in a while, and we're just...
And next week, hopefully, I'll be back on the microphone. Like, I could bring this in again as a prop. I think I did that a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. I like that. That's right. It changed the whole vibe.
But it's not doing
not
anything.
a thing. Here, I could fake it for you.
Oh, but very. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, the mic is worthless. What else did I write on my note? Oh, there was a dress code. So I thought I would be underdressed and I didn't realize till like Thursday before the Saturday wedding, there's a QR code. Nice to see you, Darcy. There's a QR code on the invitation, which I don't do QR codes. I don't do them in restaurants. I mean, I'll do them, but I never thought to. And then it says either a tux or a black suit, a formal black suit, and the ladies had to wear full-length gowns. And I didn't have a black suit. I have a sport coat and black dress pants and a black tie and a white shirt, and that's what I wore. And I thought, I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. I'm going to look like a punk. But thank goodness, there's always someone to save your bacon. When I got out of my car in the parking lot, I see a guy walking with a golf shirt, a pair of khakis, and flip-flops. And I said, I'm just fine. I am fine. I got a necktie on.
Oh, my.
I have dress shoes.
That is a direct violation of the dress code, sir.
It is, man. So I went, I'm fine. I was showered. I used deodorant and everything. I said, I'm fine.
Flip-flops. At least people couldn't see your toes.
You know, they may not have been flip-flops. They may have been like topsiders, like Dockers, but still not dress shoes.
Okay.
Certainly nothing resembling a dress shoe, and definitely not a tux or a black suit.
Now, were there a good many tuxes, I guess? Probably.
Yeah, but I would say 2/3 of the men were wearing tuxes. The other third were wearing black suits.
And then one guy had
on a golf shirt, khakis, and like gym
thongs.
shoes.
Right.
And thongs. Yeah. And they didn't miss a click either. So there was an area where there's a neon sign, that said the Hilburns, that's their last name, and then people took pictures in front of the neon, and that font was the same as the font on the tissues on the pews, so that if you got emotional during the ceremony and their name was the font was the same. I mean, when I'm looking around, I'm going, because that's event planning, and I thought they didn't miss a click, not one. Of course, I know that ballpark on the cost of the wedding, and I will tell you this: it was way over $10,000, way over $10,000.
Like $10,050.
Yeah, and open bar, it was really, and the food was good, which is rare too, because when you're getting things served out of those big chafing dishes, a lot of times it can be dry or so forth. And it was very, very good food. Nice salad, a really neat macaroni and cheese with ribbon pasta. I liked that instead of shells or something like that. That was kind of cool. At least 3 or 4 cheeses in that mac and jack. And then a pork dish and a chicken dish. Very, very nice food. Very tasty. It was a really nice wedding. But then now you help me out here. Is it just because we're older? Because yes. I always look at that and I say, I say a lot of that money could have gone toward the down payment on a home or whatever. A college fund, I don't know, because it's not. But it was beautiful. It was gorgeous, and it's the most fancy wedding I've ever been.
They got to. Yeah, I wonder what the fanciest wedding I've ever been to was. A friend of mine had a Greek wedding, so I know that was the longest wedding that I've ever been a part of, standing on the stage. They were telling us, people pass out, and it never got there, but it was like. But I feel like that was probably the most elaborate wedding I went to. I can't think of, fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to many nice weddings in different levels of nice. And then I can remember the most unfancy wedding I went to, which was Jim Mellinger. Mel, he got married in North Luck, Wisconsin. And so first of all, so we all this was right out of school too. It was within a year of graduating. So we were still all in that frame of mind. And so we all said, okay, we're going to go through Eau Claire and we'll party on Friday night. And then it's like 3 hours and we'll go catch the wedding, on Saturday. And so we're driving, hungover, like 5, 6 of us piled in a car. And we're going up to try to find, and this before GPS, and we're trying to find Luck, Wisconsin, North Luck, Wisconsin. And so we finally get there, and we go, and then we're in Luck, Wisconsin. We go, no, we don't want Luck, Wisconsin. We want North Luck.
North Luck.
3 blocks up. 3 blocks up, it becomes North Luck, Wisconsin. Okay? And so then we needed to shower. All of us just reeked from the night before. And we found this little place that rented cabins. Or no, it was a trailer park. and they had a spare trailer or something, and so then we were going to all 6 of us shower in this trailer. And the first shower got maybe 5 minutes of hot water, and that was it. The next 5.5 showers, you just froze your keister off. Anyway, here, and so after all that,
That's what I call tough luck.
Yes, and then we went to I forget, it was probably in a church, the ceremony, but then the reception was in a bowling alley, but the bowling alley was above the reception. So we were like in the basement of a bowling alley. And when they would roll, of course, the whole room thunders because there's a bowling alley above us, and that's where the reception was held. So that's the exact opposite of what I went to last week. North Luck, Wisconsin.
I should say so. Now, halfway through that story, I had a solid topic to talk about, and it is 100% gone. I have a audio visual if we just really had nothing to talk about, but no, I had a for real thing. When you were talking about the trip.
I Animal House?
I Animal House myself.
Okay.
I got back into your story thinking, well, I'll easily remember this, but no. It seems like something else that we did or you did or something like there was Easter in there, but I don't think it was Easter that I was going to ask about.
Did you have a nice Easter? Speaking of Easter,
we always have a nice holiday. You know, Amber always makes it very special around here. So yeah, I mean, you know, the past
I went
did
to
an
a
Easter egg
church.
hunt.
I went to one of these big hip churches because that's where Sam wanted to go. Fine, I'll go. You know, Bob, this church was so stinking big.
How big was it?
How big was it? There's a Starbucks inside. I'm not making that up.
I wouldn't doubt that.
That's how big the audiovisual equipment alone. I'm looking when I'm sitting in this sanctuary, which was monster. They probably hold 6,000. And it was a nice service. But I'm just looking at the outlay of real estate, equipment, the whole thing. Wow, it was really something. Anyway, there's a Starbucks inside. That's how big.
That's how big it is. Gummit, I was really hoping whatever it was would come back to me. I know as soon as we end, it'll be like, oh yeah, and it would have put our show back on the map. We would have been relevant again.
So, is there a time? Do we get? Is there like a timeout? Do they put us in timeout and then we can try it again?
That's a great question. I have no idea. I think they said, look, we gave you 4 years.
Yeah.
I think.
But what's the cost? It doesn't cost them anything.
Well,
are they losing? Are they losing money? Where's
I do know that they're systematic. They've changed their whole process about how long they're holding live streams and stuff. Like we're getting notifications like everything that's older than 30 days is going to get deleted from years and years, so you can download it all or whatever. But whatever.
Well, let me ask you this.
All right, I will let you ask me this.
When we go to the new form, when I get my new computer and we're going to try to hopefully use a new system to do the lounge, then could I use my live stream capabilities, and so we can run that for 3 years before it's not relevant?
It's just about what account. It's about what account we log into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've never used mine.
But it's got to be. It's the lounge show one that doesn't work. Mine is fine. If they're watching it on Facebook, they're watching it on mine.
Okay.
It's just the official The Lounge Show page.
Oh, what a shame.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Is there any way to cheat? They're probably pretty smart, those guys. They probably know how.
But that's a good question. Like, when do we get to try again if we ever felt the need to do this? No, we got to fight for this. This is too important. There's 6 people on the planet who are not.
I was telling this to Steven the other day about the computer. And I said, I have to make sure I have this for this platform and this for this graphics. And he goes, what are you doing? Is something new at work? No, it's the lounge. The 30-minute phone call a week, I'm going to spend extra money up the butt just so I can do it the way that I want it to be.
But look, seriously though, if we can eventually get where, I don't even know why we would do this, but if we could do things that were musical, like, whether it's your harmonica or you go buy a piano and put it back in the corner. And
Well,
then
I could actually hook up a keyboard into the mixing board over here once.
Right. Right there you go. And then we just drown it in reverb. Do old school lounge with
That wouldn't be
music and
bad.
drops.
Oh yeah, drops. Lots of drops. Like I haven't heard her say 30 seconds in weeks because my whole facility here
That's
is
right.
shut down.
I think I said it the last time because I knew that she.
And we don't no weekend special. By the way, I don't know what it is here. 61 degrees, heavy rain.
We had
It's
rain
been-
today.
I think of you when we get thunderstorms because I know how much you like thunderstorms.
I do, and today we had thunder for the first time in freaking a year and a half or whatever, and there was a big storm east of us. There is clouds in the sky right now, and it's actually saying 70% chance maybe of more rain, so we might get some more rain here in.
And then, of course, we've got a couple of weekends coming up now. Hopefully, we will still have the lounge open. Mother's Day is next week. And then the week after that is Memorial Day. I'm just saying, you have to get, bring up some of the old bits that we do on Mother's Day weekend.
Right. We got to call, we got to call all the famous mothers in the world.
Sure. Was that a big deal in your house when you were a kid? Do you remember with Mother's Day, any memories, anything that's significant that you go, oh, Mother's Day, we used to do this, or any of that? No. Bob had a Dickens-esque childhood, ladies and gentlemen. It was like a Steinbeck novel.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, my mom was a single mom. So
That's right.
so it was going to be on us, the kids, to do anything to make Mother's Day special, right? My mom's not the kind of Mother's Day to go, today is my day, and this is how things shall go. Like
Would she adopt the English accent like a nanny?
That was not
Just on Mother's
English.
Day?
It was just enunciated.
Okay. Correctly.
Anywho, I mean, and since we weren't trained on Mother's Day, basically, I'm sure she had just a bunch of. I mean, I'm sure we did. I have no idea. I'm sure Debbie 100% did better than me, but
I didn't mean to bring up a sour memory.
yeah, that's it. You ruined my whole night.
And with those words, Rob Stott and Bob Doyle brought the Lounge Show to another inauspicious close. Join us next week, won't you? 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of The Lounge Show.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a